I made the following video a week ago, and a lot has changed in 1 week. It's been a really crazy 48 hours. But I wasn't sure if I'd ever actually post the following video. It's very, very emotional for me at the moment. But I think it'll be good to share with everyone to show my mindset and the different perspectives I was coming from until I guess the past 24 hours. And then maybe later I'll go into a deeper video of what drove my current decision and my new actions. Without further ado. Okay, so just got home from work and it's been a long hour or so. I just feel like I'm going to cry. It's so hard to know, it's so hard to predict the future. And I feel so safe in Singapore and I feel so good. But the issue that I'm seeing a lot of my friends go through is, do I return home? Do I return to where my family is? Where I grew up, where my parents are. And a couple of my really good friends are battling with this decision of, do I stay here where I feel safe? Or do I go back home to be with the people I love if shit hits the fan? I think a lot of people right now are really confused as to what to think, and don't worry, I just washed my hands. But half of my friends and half the people I know are like, it's not a big deal, it's a really rough flu, we're all gonna get through this, it's gonna be okay. And then I know people that literally think this is going to be a year-long thing, lead us into a Great Depression, and pretty much we're all screwed. And what do you believe, right? Like, you've got politicians in every other country saying who knows what. Lord knows you cannot trust the American president. I don't care what side of politics you are on right now. Like, he doesn't think this is a big deal at all. But I guess I'm just internally conflicted because I'm so heartbroken seeing everyone go through all this. And right now it's like, do I stay here where I know I'm safe, but I'm by myself? Or is it better to be with family and with loved ones, but feel in danger? Is it better to be by yourself and safe, or with the people you love and scared? Like, where do you want to be? If shit hits the fan, what's your choice? And it's so tough because, like, obviously I wish my closest friends, my family were here, but they're not. And nothing at the core of me feels like it's right to get on a plane and go back to the States. It's March, I don't know the date, I think it's Thursday, March 18th or something like that. But I've been living in New York City. New York City's a mess right now. I don't feel like going back there. My parents are in like this weird floating ground of Connecticut where they're like, if you get the coronavirus, stay home because the hospitals can't handle it. Which, a lot of people will be okay when they get the coronavirus, but there's a chance. I know someone in Singapore, he's 30 years old, and he's in really poor condition. So people that keep saying it's only gonna affect old people, you're wrong. You are literally wrong. You need to stop spreading this fake news bullshit. It's not only affecting old people, it's affecting young people too. It's not as common, but it is. Just one of my closest friends, he's really struggling with his decision of does he stay or does he go home? Does he go home, do the self-quarantine for 14 days and reunite with his family in a country that might not be testing as well and might not have the healthcare system that Singapore has, or does he stay here where we have really good healthcare system, but you might not have like an emotional support system? And I've made some really good friends here, don't get me wrong, but it's not the same. And if I end up being quarantined or whatever happens, it's me in my little apartment by myself, trying to contact the outside world, knowing that, you know, I can only talk to most of my family and friends during the hours that I'm usually asleep. It's tough. It sucks. Never mind the fact that my birthday's next week. Forget that right now. But I just hate seeing everyone have to make these decisions. And we will never know if we were overprepared. But we certainly will know if we were underprepared, right? So maybe all of this is really just for some silly version of the flu, and we're all gonna be okay in a few months. Or maybe it's not. And maybe it's gonna evolve, and maybe there's gonna be a second wave, and maybe we're gonna be riding this thing for another year or so. Who knows? But I'd rather be overprepared and feel good than, you know, be wishing that we had all just done a 14-day quarantine to get it over with. Even though Lord knows I do not want to be in quarantine. But who's to say? I don't know. It just sucks. It like physically is breaking my heart to see everyone so upset and so stressed out right now. And I feel so blessed to be able to live in a place where I feel safe, but again, that comes with a cost. So just my thoughts for the day. Feels good to get it out.